Hello everyone, welcome back to Brant Murphy Garage. Guess what? Today we are finally diving into my 4175 Holley Spreadbore carburetor, and we're going to try to make it better. So this is basically just an 80s era, emission style Spreadbore Holley carb, vacuum secondary. So as you can tell, I already have the secondary side off. We're going to replace the metering plate here with a 4165 metering block instead, just to get a little bit more tunability out of the jets. So that's going to be one swap. And then I'm pretty sure this diaphragm, 40-something-year-old rubber in there, it takes quite a bit to get these secondaries opening up. So we're going to be changing the diaphragm out and then also putting in a quick change spring kit as well. And just kind of let this thing dial in and not really be a true performance carburetor, but make it a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get the metering plate off the back here, and we are gonna start getting the metering block installed. Okay, so we went ahead, got the secondary metering block on. Reason why I really didn't film doing this is kind of the part that takes the most time. Easiest way I found to get old gasket material off is soak it in some soapy water, just let it kind of sit for a little bit. Then when it dries out, it comes off pretty easy for the most part. You just work on the little areas that are left. So I did that. That's basically what I was doing this afternoon, was just soaking that old, what is this, like cardboard gasket material over and over. Let it dry out, and then finally went ahead and got it removed and the new metering block put on. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and remove the secondary diaphragm. It is connected down here like that, and there's a little E-clip that holds that on. So just remove the E-clip and you should be able to have your diaphragm lever move freely here. And as you can hear, I do think mine's a little messed up. I don't know if you can hear that. So we're gonna replace it. So I'm gonna go ahead, take that off, and start installing our new secondary diaphragm and the quick change spring kit. You're going to want to go ahead and remove these top 4 Phillips head screws. Once you have those guys out, go ahead and remove it. It may take a little persuasion. After you persuaded it, it should just come right out. So yeah, okay, time to go get the new parts and get her in. All right, went ahead, installed the new diaphragm on there and the new housing. I want you to install these 2 screws first, because you got to make sure the little hole over here matches up with the housing. And now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pick the I got to read the instructions. I'm going to pick to see what spring I think is going to be best to start off with, and then we'll throw that on this guy and put it on. All right, so according to this, I think yellow or purple is probably going to be my best bet, with the yellow opening in at what looks like 1635, and then purple opening in at 1915. I think I'm going to start with yellow first and see how that does, and if we want to put a slightly heavier spring in there, we will, but we're going to start with the third lightest first, so the yellow spring. All right, so here's the yellow spring. We should be able just to put her on there, maybe. There we go, got it. All right, let's get that sucker installed. All right, I messed up. These 2 are supposed to be the ones that go last. I gotta install the other ones first. Whoopsie-doo. Not that big of a deal, but yeah. All right, everyone, and there we go. Everything is installed and on, tightened down. Make sure to reinstall your E-clip. So we go ahead and get this thing back on the car and give it a test fire. Check for leaks. All right, well, I went ahead and looked around for any fuel leaks. Everything's looking pretty good, so I think we can go ahead and give her a little test fire here. Oh, and I'm able to test for fuel leaks because my fuel pump's running right now. That pressure looks a little high. Don't know why it's that high. I had it set at 7. Why is she looking like she's at like 8? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give her a little bump on the ignition, see what happens. I don't have any fuel leaking out anywhere, so that's a good sign. No drips out of the secondaries, anything like that. Let's see what happens. All right. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I went ahead, got this thing tuned up a little bit, took it for a little beat down run, and holy crap, what a difference. The previous rendition of this carburetor does not compare to what it is now. Getting a secondary metering block, even though I haven't changed it out, I'm sure it's not running as lean as it was earlier. I still gotta, check plugs and everything, and maybe change jetting around, but right now, just with how it's driving, I'm okay with leaving it how it is. I'll get more into that here in a bit. The secondaries come on way faster than what they did previous. So, highly recommend for anyone that has an old 80s style, 650, vacuum secondary carburetor, upgrade to a quick change spring kit, put a lighter spring in there. It'll completely change how the engine runs. It is absolutely fantastic. I do think that it is time for me to go ahead and put the car back in the garage though. Looks like a storm's rolling in. I think there's a couple of droplets starting to fall. All right, let's get this bad boy started up. One pump. Took a little more than what I expected, but it's running. All right, well, I just got a little bit more tuning done. It's evened out a little better, not as shaky. Back and forth between 13 and 14 inches for vacuum. The cam that's in this, that's probably what I've... responsive. All in all, I would say this is a success. I think I need to kind of figure out what's going on with my fuel pressure regulator, because I've had to adjust it like 3 times now, and it's just not sitting at the same PSI. It seems like every time I start it up, it's at a different PSI, so may need to figure that one out. Because after I set it to what it is now, which is about 6.5 PSI, I went back in and I basically retuned everything. I got it to even out and it was running pretty good. So, I don't know. I got to figure that one out. But anyways, thank you all for watching. If you haven't done this yet, why don't you go ahead and subscribe. We're doing some fun stuff with this car, as you can see. Yeah, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and I guess I'll see y'all in the next one whenever I get another video out. All right, see you soon. Bye.